you guys to another episode of Our Take. I am Farrah, your host, and my co-host, Mr. Torrence Thompson. How are you doing this week, Torrence?
I'm doing wonderful. It's the most wonderful time
Not
of
yet.
the year.
Not yet.
Oh, it's
Come
my fault.
on.
Sorry.
Come
I'm sorry.
on. Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Come on,
It's
man.
football season. I'm singing the song. That's
All
what it's
right, all
about.
right. You're right. You are right. It is a wonderful time of the season, but it just reminded me of Christmas. So yeah,
Oh, my
yeah,
fault.
it reminded me of Christmas. So I ain't ready for Christmas yet because that's called money. Can y'all get through back to school yet? I mean, before you want to go spend some more money.
I got the daughter. There's never finished back to school. It's always a continuous tradition of I need and I want. So no. So it runs right into it. Then it goes to Christmas, and I add on. Then it goes to something else until the year's over.
2 years over. Well, good luck with that. Keep you in my prayers. But we are gonna jump right on into it. We got college, we got NFL coming. But they still making us wait another week, but it's okay. We right here at it. So, we're gonna jump right on into the good old college football. It actually starts today. Before we go to today, I really want to talk about the game the other night. Did you watch Colorado and North Dakota State?
I
Did
really
you?
watched North Dakota State. You are correct. I did.
Did you watch that game? That game. Man,
Yeah.
listen. Man, listen. I watched that game. I want to talk about this a little bit, and that's only because they're giving him a hard time out there. That's all I'm gonna say. I am a fan. I'm a fan of Dion. It's a lot of stuff he's done in the Dallas community that people aren't aware of. We get these narratives in football, and that's all we care about. But I think it's much bigger than that because he does a lot down here. I've met plenty of parents that their kids have been under his program and how he takes care of them, do what he needs to do, all that type of stuff. But he has a lot of mouth and put himself in that limelight. So I do think they have a good team. I love Shador and Hunter. My God, that was just a great game, even though it was just North Dakota State. But it does
Did you
highlight
say
them.
just North Dakota
Well,
State?
I ain't gonna say
Did you
just
say
Dakota State.
just North Dakota
See,
State?
you know what? I'm gonna stop myself because I'm jumping in the narrative of, I guess stereotyping schools because North Dakota State is actually a good school. It is a good football program. So, how did you feel about the game? I'm gonna let you jump in there on them.
First, I'm gonna say North Dakota State. If you live in the Dallas area, about a certain time every year, this whole town becomes yellow and green because North
Yes,
Dakota State
you're
always play their
right.
national championship here in this town every
You are
single
so
year.
right. You're right. You are so
So
right.
I can't just say North Dakota State because they always take over the city here. But I knew that was going to be a tough game. I
Yeah.
really did know that was going to be a tough game because who they were playing, and I'm worried about
Oh,
Colorado. I love
oh,
Coach Prime. I I got a little upset about this when he talked about these reporters because this is who he's always been. So I ain't never really thought about it. You know, he don't like to talk to certain people. If somebody talk bad about him, he has a problem. I get that.
exactly.
He has it. But on the field itself, offensively, those dudes are going to be awesome if the dude can get 2 seconds to throw the ball.
Well, how many sacks? He didn't have
Defensively,
any sacks. I didn't see no sacks the other night. How many did he have? I don't. It
I think
wasn't like
I think it
last
was
year.
either no, it was about just two, but he got the
Okay.
ball out a little bit quicker when it was about to hit him. So
Okay.
the offensive line needs to get a little bit better. The defensive line definitely gets better, but I can't judge them because they were playing a really good team right now.
Yeah.
But we say that and saying the teams that are playing moving forward is going to be better than North Dakota State because of the division. That's all I can say about that.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to enjoy watching them play. If they can score, nobody's going to beat them. But I don't know if they're going to stop anybody. I don't know if they're going to stop. And
Yeah.
so that leaves me to my question to you: who is the better player, your friend Shador or Travis Hunter? Which one is the better player of the two? Who is the star of that team?
Man. It's got to be a co-star or something up in there, cause, and then you leaving out the brother. I like on defense. I don't think he gets a lot. I don't think he gets enough. But I'm gonna be honest with you. He's mediocre. He is not on the level of Shador. Um, we saw that he got beat a lot. Yeah, he's a strong tackler. He loves to pop you, but he's right now. He's just into. I don't know if he's arrogant. I don't know the kid, but just the way he plays, he gives up a lot of yards. Um, we don't care if they get that first
First.
down. He's good though. I won't take it away, but he's not on the level of Shador. To answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, that's hard. I'm gonna actually have
Mm-hmm.
to go with Hunter. I really am. I
Okay.
think and I only say that is because Hunter can impact the game. If they had to, he can impact the game a lot more than if they lost Shador. If they just say hypothetically, God, I don't want that to happen. If they lost Shador to an injury, they could put someone in to at least just manage the game. You don't have to throw. We can manage this game, and I think he would step up and take over. And he plays defense. So, to an extent, he has some control on that side of the ball as well, where Shador only has one side of the ball. I don't really care for him playing on both sides of the ball. He's going to make a choice at some point because he's not going to the NFL and playing both
That's true.
sides. But as long as they let him do it, it makes him stand out, and he's doing it well. So you can't even fuss about it. So that's why I put him a notch higher. They need Shador. Like they probably wouldn't win any more games, but if they just like they lost him last year, they really suffered with losing him last season. During those games he was out. So I just think he has a more of an impact to the game if they had to choose to lose one of them, which we hope they don't. So I'm gonna have to go with Hunter. I'm going 100.
I I will probably agree with you because the dude plays both sides and he plays what 70 plays a game, 100 some plays a game
Ridiculous.
because he plays both sides, which is ridiculous. And plays at an elite level on both sides. It's not like he's just a scrub on one side and then better on the
Right?
other. He plays elite
On
on
both
both
sides.
sides of the. So I can't argue with that. And that's what something the college football needs. I hadn't seen that in a few years, in the last 20 years or so. We
Who
need
did it
that.
before? I
Shador
don't
out.
even know who's done that before.
Oh. The main one I would say would be Woodson. Used to play for Green Bay and the Raiders as a defensive back. He played offense, defense,
I
and
guess you're
special
right.
teams at Michigan and won the Heisman. He beat Peyton Manning for
You're
the Heisman
right.
that year.
Oh, okay.
But
You're right. Thank you for
but no,
that.
but and then somebody else is doing it now. A couple years ago, but it was not as popular or big as as these guys we're talking about. But I think it's going to be Hunter, and I think Hunter has a chance to be in the level of Heisman talk most of the year. But I believe the only reason he's going to do that is because Shador is going to be there too to kind of get
They
him
need each
that
other.
those numbers to do the numbers to
They
do
need
that.
each
So
other. I
you
can say
exactly
that.
right.
Yeah, they need each
They
other.
do need each other, but I want to see what he can do on a healthy all season and do
I
that. And
pray.
even if
Oh,
they
I
don't
pray.
have a winning record, if they don't have a winning record, we don't know how good they're going to be. I still don't hope they don't overlook either one of those if they're still playing at an elite level Heisman time later on the year.
You
So
can't. You
that's my
can't
hope
over.
for them.
You can't overlook Shador throwing 400 yards a game and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they're 6-8. You can't overlook that. Like, you know what I mean? You just can't. I just don't see them overlooking that. Now we're talking about college football committee, and we'll talk about that new lineup, next, as far as the playoffs concerned. But for the Heisman, I think they should be both in the running. I don't think their losing schedule, their losing season that they unfortunately probably will affect it. It can, but I don't think it should, and I don't think it will. As long as they put the numbers up.
And don't forget, there's also the father factor, coach father factor, who's making enemies on the reporter side. So these are Heisman voting people. So you gotta think, will
What do
they
you
hold a
think? Since you
grudge
brought
on
that
one thing to
up,
the other?
since you brought it up, what do you think? Do you think he's whining, or what do you think?
I think Dion is being Dion. If we think about what Dion was when he was a player, he didn't like people talking about him. When he was playing baseball, and you remember the big Tim Carver thing when he got that bucket and threw it on the reporter
Yeah.
of the year. He has that image because he is a superstar and he is one of the greatest athletes or players we've ever seen. but I think he may be, and I'm not, I don't know Dion, and don't take offense. I think it's a little, some of those things are little sensitivities. Let it go. You're a coach.
Man,
They talk
listen.
about you. That's what their job is.
Right.
You just do what you do on the field, and don't even worry about it. If you perform on the field, they ain't got nothing to say about you. What'd you say? Control your haters. However you want to do that. Let them hate on you. That makes you better. It's my opinion. What about yours?
I mean, I think he's whining a little bit, but the level in which that they are coming at him, I do think is personal. But I mean, what else would it be? It can't be levels to this. You know what I mean? He's upset because they're talking
Hmm.
about what if Shador does something, illegal or does something he get caught pulled over. You're gonna be mad because they're talking about your son. He was caught with this and that. Hypothetically, I'm just saying that he's been in the media long enough to know and understand how this works. And for him to get on this level and stage and say, just don't answer the man question, but they gotta announce he won. I thought that was a bit much, but Dion, you know, that's all I
Yeah, that
got.
that made it look bad when the school said we're not going to acknowledge or answer your
It looks
question.
like you ran to
Seriously,
your mama.
for real?
It's like you ran to your mama and tattletold or something. Like he could have easily just ignored the dude at the press conference. There's more
That's
questions he
it.
could answer. That's all he had to do, and he'd have probably got his point across to him a little bit better. Like next, you know what I mean? That type thing.
Hmm.
But to go look like you ran into your mommy to keep him out, like come on, man, like seriously.
The way to solve all these problems is to win games this year. When you win in
Basically,
games, they can't say nothing bad about you. And if they do say something bad about you when you're winning, it is personal at that point. You know what it is, and then you can know
exactly.
who your friends are and who you need to deal with. That's all I agree with.
Yeah, but enough
So,
about Mr. Dion. We're gonna see how this season go, but it was a great game the other night, so we're
exactly.
gonna keep looking out for them. But I know today we have number one Georgia, number 14, Clemson. They're gonna be
Mm.
they're playing it. I know,
Sorry.
I know. Don't blame me. I ain't
My fault.
Georgia
My fault.
is their team. I was going to ask you for your predictions, but I want to explain the college football playoff scenario this year, and then I think we're gonna give it
Please.
about 2 weeks, and then we can see how things are coming together, and then we can make our predictions from there. So I thought that was fair, just because they changed up the college playoffs. OU, the Big Ten, ACC, all that good stuff. Too much intertwined, so I think fairly we'll wait on our predictions. But
Agree. Agreed.
Georgia is fairly number one. I know you don't like to see that, but I'm so sorry. I don't even know what South Carolina's ranked. I'm sorry. Are y'all ranked?
We're
I wasn't
not.
trying to.
We're
Okay,
not.
wasn't trying to be rude or anything, y'all.
It's okay. It's okay. We Gamecock fans. We understand. We understand it. So now, what I see about the Georgia Clemson game, Georgia's ranked number one, and Georgia deserves it. They have talent coming back. They had
What
no
can you
argument.
say?
It, you know what I'm
Nothing.
saying? But the great thing about it, we at South Carolina, we don't play them this year. For some reason, the new SEC, we're talking about it again, the SEC schedule, because of expansion, we took Georgia off our schedule. So good for us. But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. When I look at this kind of a game, I don't know who to go for. Do I dislike Georgia as much as I dislike Clemson? Because they both of them are just the same to me right now. So you sit here and watch the game, and this is greatness because this is the essence of enjoying football. When you don't have any biases, you don't really care. You wish for a tie, and both of them lose their quarterback for the year. No, that's wrong. But I'm just saying,
Well,
I have I have
I don't
no
like
biases in
Georgia.
this one.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm a bias in it. So when it's like this, I'm going for Clemson, but it's just I'm always gonna go for that underdog to upset. And the only reason why I say that is just so it can shuffle up, the college playoffs. That's wanted to shuffle up a little bit. I don't have a dog in the fight for Georgia Bulldogs, so um, I don't care if they win or lose, but just to watch a good game, and I know it's gonna be a pretty good game. I know, what's it, Dabo Sweeney? I know he's gonna take care of some stuff down here and see. He's been rebuilding, but I do see this gonna be a really good game. And it's a couple more games on today, so you guys catch up on this good old college game day. I think it has already
Woohoo!
started, I'm sure. So
Yes, actually, Georgia and Clemson are playing as we speak,
that's what I thought. I thought it was an
which is
early
okay.
game. So
So it's an early game, and of course, we got Penn State and West Virginia today. There's
some great
several
games on.
good good games that's going to be on. And if you're a football fan, like I am, You about to sit back and just be like, leave me alone. I don't even talk to my
Right.
wife right now. She better just go and find something to do. Don't come asking no questions.
Shit, don't even bring that up. You just do what you do, okay? I'll wait till a bad game come on, spend some time. But no, I'm
Yes,
joking. I'm joking. I'm
exactly.
joking. But I do
I'm
want to
not.
make sure that I ain't fooling with you in your household. I'm not. Hell no. What's up, Shanetta Spunky B? How you doing? Glad you could join us this morning. Glad you're on. Glad you're on. But I do want to make sure that we are shouting out our HBCUs. We said we was going to make that a point, especially when they're live on TV. So tomorrow on Sunday, HBCU will be on Sunday 3 p.m. Make sure you catch it. It will be Central Alabama versus Alabama State. So definitely make sure. I don't care what game it is. Copping. I don't care. Jump on. Give them ratings. Get those numbers up for them. But I do know they're on ESPN. I don't know TT. You know of any other games coming on ESPN that we all can watch? Um, sure, it's others.
No, I don't have. I'm sure that there are other games that I can check the schedule about the HBCUs, but if we tell you, make sure you look at it because when you put eyes on it and the audience on it, they're gonna keep playing it, and we're gonna see more of it, and we get to see the celebration of it. That's what we need to see. We've
Exactly.
been missing that. It's been disappearing for years. It's like we only saw one game a year. Was the Celebration Bowl at the very end of the year, or was
Right.
it Grambling and Southern? Those are the two things that you saw all
And
season,
you're gonna
which is
continue to
great.
see that game, yes.
Exactly, but we want to
But
see more of them, and the matchups are great, and the players are good. Please watch. That's my thing.
got it. So yeah, watch that game. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alrighty, so I want to jump into this new uh, 12 team, I guess you would say. It's what is it, a 12 team playoff that they done created now. Um, so,
Yes.
so I think it's pretty interesting. I actually had to, look at it a little bit more, make sure I understood it, those type of things. But it's actually a pretty good breakdown, and I think it's going to give more teams, basically half of the top 25, a chance to play for this national championship opposed to cherry picking four, because that's what it felt like. Okay, so
True.
I'm really, really,
True.
really, um, I'm ready to see how this unfolds. I think it's given at least a fair chance, so we're gonna see how that go. But I did want to give us a little breakdown so we can kind of, break it
Please.
down for the people who may not understand a little bit. Now, I'm not the best in it, but what I see so far is like it's gonna be 12 teams. The top five, I believe. I think the top five teams, the conference championship teams, they will be automatic bids, and they get a bye for the first one, and then they'll take the next top 10 or top 12 teams, the top seven or something like that, seven teams. Um, that's there because you might have been ranked a little bit higher doesn't mean that you won, your conference. So you may not get an automatic bid. So you got dropped a little bit because you lost. This is giving those people who lose in the SEC a little bit of fighting chance. Because now they get the top, number 8, you're going to get that first, that next bid basically. Say they're number 6. So the top 5 conferences, championships go in. The next 7 will be the highest ranked, whatever's left. And they fight it out,
And and don't
basically.
forget about Notre Dame. In Notre Dame, they're gonna try to slip in there because if they haven't win the season, they're not technically in a conference. They're gonna try to slip them in there. But yes, what this is, in my opinion, what this does is give even teams who have no shot of winning the national championship a belief that they can win a national championship, and that's what ESPN, ABC, CBS want, because what that's going to
Yep.
do is bring more eyes to it. Now, I'm of the belief that that's not going to true. The same teams who are fighting with the top four are going to be there. The same team
Exactly.
last year who was in the top 10 will probably end up being the same teams that's in there. But you may have one or two sneak in that you like, oh, but then they lose to the first round to a team that they knew that they were out last or wouldn't win anyway. But this gives me the dream of South Carolina making it into. All we need is a chance to get into the playoffs.
Torrance.
All we need, not
Come
I'm
on.
not saying me and South, or Duke or North Carolina State or somebody. I'm not me in particular who gives us the dream, or somebody like Penn State who's every year right there but can't beat Michigan or Ohio State. that puts them in a chance to get there to probably play Penn
Exactly.
State. I mean, Michigan and Ohio State again and lose again. But that's what it's going. That's what it's
Give them a chance. Give them,
that's
but it gives them
yeah,
everybody
but
a chance. Those people who got booted out, OU or whomever, Oklahoma State, they're mad. Everybody's like, I deserve to be in that top four, and a lot of times they do. It just depends on your level of conference, the strength, all that. I think this gives them a fighting chance because you're there. You may not get that first round bye, but you're in the game. You're in the playoff, which you would have just been playing a regular bowl game, and your season is over. So now you are still playing for that chip. So I actually really like it. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of like the NFL now. It's a
but
real
I will
playoff
say
round.
this for those who think this is brand new, it is not. We mentioned earlier North Dakota State. They played in the playoffs for the last whatever 20 years. Division II back in the day, they used to call it Division II or Division III.
Exactly.
Now they call it FCS and whatever they calls it now. But they've been doing it for years. So there was a blueprint that we could have done years ago. They just refused to do it on a bigger level until now, when they finally can see the money coming across. Now, how much more money they can make, and the idea of the student athlete and the reason why you weren't doing it because you had to go to class and had to learn. Y'all
Right?
threw
What they
all that
gonna
out with
do?
the NIL. That all of a sudden changes the
Like
game.
they ain't
Y'all
going
know
to
we know
class
y'all
no
paying
way.
them. So
I know y'all ain't
extending the
going to
season does
class.
not matter.
Now, only thing I can
They ain't
see
going to.
happening is injury. It could
Yes,
cause more injury, for these players. I can see that possibly happening. So we do
but
got to
that's
be
that's
mindful
why
of
you got
that.
200 people. Got 200 people on the sideline in college football. You got how many players on each team in scholarship and non-scholarship walk-ons? All these people who play, they still sitting right there. And listen.
Man
This
going
is when the
nowhere.
recruiting comes in. This is where you come in to make sure you become a winner. That's what I say. But I'm excited. I want to see it. I want to see the 12 and see how that breaks down. And eventually, it's going to be just like the NCAA tournament for basketball. It's going to be like 64 teams, and let's see who
Exactly.
wins it. This is what's going to happen eventually.
But 40 minutes is totally different than this football game. It's not that brutal. To keep playing that every other day, that's not happening. This has got to be a week to week. Your body got to recover. So, which prolongs the whole entire season, which could actually, these dual players playing other sports, it's a lot. But we'll see how it pans out. I'm excited about it. I do like it. I do like it. I do.
And that's going to make Travis Hunter decide which side of the football you're going to be on, because if you're going to keep playing, you
Right.
ain't going to be able to play both sides. You're going to figure
I,
that out real soon.
if they make the playoffs. But this gives them a chance. But they're not
This
ranked, and
gives
I
them a
doubt
chance.
they will be. And then,
So,
yeah, maybe next year. Anyway, I just wonder how
and,
Dion's
and this
going to go ahead.
and this also gives me a chance to go to a football game, maybe go to a playoff game and see my
Right.
team somewhere that I haven't seen it before. As a fan, being able to travel and see your team with a chance to play for the national championship, if it's not the same four teams all the time, I, it's a
The
chance.
same
There,
four
where
teams.
I'm going. I'm going. I'm gonna be there. If I have to be at the Cotton Bowl is down the street. If I have to go to the Rose Bowl and check something out, I'm in
It's going to be
California.
more.
That's
Exactly.
what I'm gonna do. So,
So, we'll see how it go. I'm excited to see it. But I think it's going to fare out well. I do. Pending injury. But moving right
injury.
along. Let's see. Those good old. Did you? I texted you last night. You didn't even watch the darn game. I was like, oh, you are
After
awful.
you text me, because when you text me and it was on, when I turned my eye on, it was Dallas playing Minnesota. It wasn't the game I was watching, so I had to
Well, they
go to
were
my
on. They were
sources.
on. So of course, but I text you what channel. This dude.
No, it was on Ion. That's the game. It was Minnesota and Dallas, and I was like,
They were on a
did she
different
tell me it was
channel.
the other game? So
I
I,
was
so I
confused.
had to go to my sources and find my channel. You know what my sources are, and I found my channel and I started watching the game.
Well, I'm
So
glad you was able to take a look at it because that was a good game. Um, they haven't played since June, so they are two totally different teams now. So I will say that I'm going to officially stop hating on Caitlin Clark. Yes, you heard it first. You heard it first. You heard it first. I'm gonna stop. I gotta stop hating on that poor child. I'm gonna give her the credit that she is. Oh, it hurts my heart. That girl bad. That girl is bad. Okay, so that game was really good, and I felt bad because Ovi, she She contributed, but she definitely didn't have the game that Caitlin had, and it didn't look good when it came down to what we're talking about, this whole rookie of the year spot. After last night's game, I had to shut my phone down. People were talking stupid. Rebecca Lobo want to put her in the realm of player of the year. Now we're not gonna go that far. We definitely are not going that far. Like, just they talking, but I do see her having the edge unfairly. I do see her having the edge on the rookie of the year at this point. Angel's got to step her game up when they need her most. She has not. She is not the go-to player. That type thing. Not right now. I don't know whether the hype of last night's game. She had her shoe release. You guys didn't see that Nike shoe. No, Reebok. I'm sorry, Reebok. She
Mm-hmm.
released her Reebok shoe, which is awesome. I think they flooded the stadium with her T-shirts. Everyone had Barbie shirts and stuff on every seat. So she's getting the clout she needs, all that good stuff, the recognition. But that team want to get to the playoffs. That's what they're really worried about. So I don't know. She's troubling me as we enter the last stretch of the season. What you think? What's your take?
Well, well, well. I remember our very first episode, and this was one of our very first topics that we talked about.
It
And
was.
I sat there, and I sat there, and I said, I don't believe that you and Kitty got me defending Caitlin Clark on this. I don't understand why you think I'm going to defend. And not saying I saw something you didn't. I didn't. I just knew that both of those, and I'm saying Angel and Caitlin, have came back from a long run of college basketball, and they immediately jumped in the WNBA. It was a matter of about a week or 2 weeks before
Yeah, it
the
really was.
season ended, the draft, and you playing. So everybody was talking about Miss Clark and the turnovers, and she can't shoot and all this stuff. It wasn't hitting like she was hitting in Iowa. It wasn't gonna do all that stuff. Not saying you and Kitty, but generally. And I'm defending. Well, let's fast forward to now. First, I am not going to take anything from Miss Reese because Miss Reese has done things in this league this year that has never been done,
And still
and
doing
probably
it.
won't get, and still doing
And
it.
still doing it.
Won't and I won't take. I know there's about 3 or 4 things that she and I can't narrow them down other than most double doubles. Uh, you know, in the NBA, most doubles by a rookie. I'm not going to do that. Leading the league in rebounds,
My
all
God.
of these things I'm not going to take. I mean, my God, the
I'm
girl
not.
is
Yeah.
doing her thing, and so I I didn't I didn't expect that from her, and I'm getting that from her. So all applause is up to this.
But
And the
last
other young
night.
lady,
No, but last night. This was the moment. This was a moment last night. They needed this moment.
this was the now even in that moment she still got her double double.
She
It
did.
didn't look good. They kept her in, I believe, too long just to get that double double. If you looked at the end of the game, because they were down by 25 and there was no
25.
chance in the last.
Like, why is she getting that?
Why are you still there? Is my question. But I understood you was trying to do that. The matchups direct now. Clark has won 3 of the 4, so we take that off the table. She is leading the league in assists. She has broken assist records. And I saw a little note between the two. If we're gonna take just the two teams, she is the first person in WNBA history to have scored 80 points at least and 40 assists against one opponent, Chicago. So when you telling me straight up when they played each other, she puts that she puts that paddle in her hand and she starts spanking. It's what I'm seeing. She gets that belt and she starts spanking direct straight up. We can take
That's
every
what
other
hurts
team
me.
out.
That's what hurts me, and I have to admit it. She it is what it
I've
is.
never. So you put the spanking on them when we playing each other. I'm up 3-1. You broke all these records. I'm breaking all these records. Now I've always been the person. Let's split the rookie of the year. Now ain't neither one is gonna be talking about player of the year because we know who the player of the year is. We know who the MVP is.
Right?
We know who
That's
that
right.
is. But
Exactly.
don't even bring those conversations in. But this rookie
Hey,
of the year, I'm happy for both of them. I actually want them to split. I don't care how they do it.
they
Either
do
one
need a
deserves it.
split.
But Clark has now led a team who has got the third best record since the Olympic break, since June before the break. They're now won the most games in the team's history.
But then
this
you see, watch
season.
that. Who wins that? Who gets to the gets to the playoffs? The top 8 teams make it to the playoffs, and right now they're sitting at 7 and
Correct.
8. They're sitting at 7 and 8,
Hmm.
and Chicago keeps losing very, very close matches, and the more they continue to lose, and Fever keeps winning, they won't even be in 8th spot any longer. And because I can tell you right now, Fever going to the playoffs. They're going to the playoffs. Now the question is in Chicago.
I agree.
And the question is in
Oh, Chicago's
Chicago
sitting
going.
there. I agree, and she has a chance to help with that. But it's not just her. I know last night did Kennedy Carter even play for
Kennedy Carter
Chicago
got
last? I didn't
traded, I
remember she
believe.
played.
They traded her. Dude, they
It
traded
couldn't have
her.
fit her last night.
Was she? I gotta look it up. I think she. No, not last night. They traded her prior to this. They had that last. That's why they got the other chick on for the Fever. The other center they just got in, that 10-year vet, Duran or something like that. But I do believe they traded her. Look it up. Either she traded. I don't believe she was sick. I do believe it was some type of last minute trade or something. They had like a deadline earlier this week. Uh, I believe she was traded. That's why you didn't see her. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, no.
I believe she. I
I'm
believe
trying
so.
to find.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the roster myself as we speak.
Because
But
I
I
think
know
she
because
said, yeah, she got traded. I believe she got traded.
she just played against the Aces when Asia scored that last second. She was the one that hit the three to
Is
tie
it
the
any
game
different in the
before that.
NBA when they have free agency ending dates and they make them trades real quick? Look her up. I promise
Well,
you. I
she's still
believe she
there.
traded. Is she? Was she hurt?
She
I
she
thought she got
she.
traded.
I think she was ruled out Friday night because of something between COVID. She was COVID last night.
Thank God she ain't traded. I'm glad. Bite me. I don't really care about giving wrong info. I'm glad she did because they need the jab. Because I was thinking, oh my God, this is idiotic. What are you thinking? So, um,
and
they got a
they had
chance.
Diamond the Shields in, and Diamond was beating up on Park.
You know what?
I was like,
I
what's
like
going on?
Diamond. I do. I was a
You
fan of
too?
Diamond. Carolina, then she transferred. Where did she go? She transferred, I think. She went.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
I really like Diamond, but I don't know. She just ain't making. The other night she gave him dropped 25. Last night she was just a bully out there and didn't really help at all. So um, I don't
I
know. I'm
like her.
hoping. I do like her.
She's going through some health. She's going through some health things the last couple of years and
Mm,
just coming
okay.
back. So I'm gonna give her credit. But last night she was. I guess she was supposed to be the bully and was the one who's supposed to knock Clark off her game a little bit,
Yeah, she
and
did.
it looked bad.
And it made her look
It
bad.
kind of
Like
looked
you
bad.
can't just knock the girl over. Dang, it was just yeah. It was she was a bully last night. Without points.
But right now, I agree. Right now, Clark is leading the rookie year because of the. If we take everything the same, the record and where they are in the season. If we take everything else as the same, individual, head to head, and the overall record is what I say. Because was it Indiana 16-16 in the year, and Chicago's
And just
11 and
broke
20
five. Yeah,
right now.
but you do got to think that Caitlyn has the ball in her hand. She doesn't.
True,
So she's got to be
true.
given the ball to be able to. And what she does is feeding off other people missed shots. So and her own. But for the most part, she does. I see her trying to develop an outside game where she's shooting a little bit more. She has a really awkward shot. Shaq, Shaq. I know her and Shaq are close, but he can't be the one teaching her footwork because that's half her problem. Is her footwork, and I think that's gonna get better. But I hope Shaq ain't teaching her footwork or free throws. But I think she's gonna definitely improve. Caitlyn is gonna improve, but she's already maxing her potential. She's getting there real quick. Where I think um, Angel's gonna give a big impact too. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it
And
goes.
I think Chicago needs, and this is when we start talking later on about the WNBA draft coming up later this season or whatever. They need a point guard. They need a true point guard who wants to pass the ball, who's going to get the ball down to Cardoso, get down to Angel Reese down low. And when they can get that and open up,
Well,
they're going to be a much better team.
they'll probably get one at some point because I don't know if you knew, but they are expanding the WNBA. They're
Hmm.
expanding
Hmm.
to Toronto, I think next year. No, where is
Golden State next
Golden
year, then
State?
Toronto the year
Then
after that.
Toronto. So the draft will be there
Hmm.
is another team, Golden State, Vipers, Bike. I don't know. Something starts with a V. I don't know, Valdez.
Valkyrie, the
Something.
Valkyrie. That's who they
They're
are.
purple. That's all I got, y'all. At least I knew that much.
I love purple. Love
But
purple.
they do
There you go.
have an expanding, so they are expanding the draft because they got to fill that team
Hmm?
as well. So, and then after that, then they're going to Toronto and expanding there. So they may get a point guard because more people are going to be able to enter the draft. 12 more people, yay!
But remember, you're also losing people because when you
The
expand,
free
you gotta
agency.
you know what you're doing is you gotta let people be out there for the expansion draft. You only can keep certain people in your roster, and everybody else can be available. And
Free
so,
agency is going to be crazy
with,
that year because everybody's going to wait. Unless, especially the
listen,
ones
bro.
who might want to go to this new team.
Yeah, people from California, the people who played on the West Coast in college, people who want to get back that direction. We finally got another team in California. They're gonna want to go.
So, yeah, I think
One
it's
of my one of
the
the names
expansion's coming.
we ain't talking about it now, but one of those players that I think plays for the Liberty, Sinescu or whatever her name is, she's from that area. She
Oh,
may eventually want to get back over on that side if she becomes
probably.
a free agent. Just throwing that up. So,
Okay, I can
but
see that. I can definitely see that. So
it's gonna keep me
we'll see
watching.
how
That's all it's gonna do. That's the whole.
exactly. So we're gonna move right on along. Now back over here to the good old N to the F to the L. These NFL contracts, y'all. I'm glad. I'm thankful. I'm glad they're over with. I'm glad we're about done.
We did it.
I'm
We did it.
over.
We said the
I
reason why
almost didn't even
Happy's over because
cover
we
it
talked
because
about
I'm
him last
tired.
week.
I'm tired of talking about them, but little spoiled brats. But anyway, what's up, CJ? You joined in the nick of time. Um, just talk about these dumb old contracts. But yeah, definitely, I am tired of talking about them. So we're gonna get this done and over. They get on my nerve. But CD, they gave him his money. He and he cried. Finally, they paid him what? What? How much did he get? Like right under Jefferson. They ain't
130,
give him number one. 130 something million. He's
136, something like that.
yeah, he's
Well,
right underneath him. Right underneath him.
yes, we finally can put that to bed. We don't have to talk about his contract anymore. We don't have to talk about the Cowboys in any shape or form. Not yet. There's another story that's coming out eventually, but we
Always.
done. And see, we talked about it, and now they finally signed. Good to go. We finished with that.
Yeah, there we go. You
Thanks.
got anybody got any
Congratulations.
comments? Congratulations. They paid you.
Congratulations. Let's move on.
You still ain't going
Let's
to the
move on, CD.
playoffs. You still ain't gonna win no Super Bowl. You signed with the wrong team, dummy. But you gotta spend the next 4 years there and watch Houston win a
But
Super
you got your
Bowl.
money.
And watch Houston
But
do
you
it.
got your money.
They gonna drive that
Wow.
45 to watch that game. Oh boy,
Wow.
that's hilarious to me. But the next party up. Oh, it is not happening. But we're gonna see. Let me see. Let me get this. It's so whack. I can't even get it typed in. Dak. Now Dak is over here. Oh my money. I want my money. So Dak is. He's not making a big statement, but he does want his money. And Jerry already said there's no need for us to get that done. We ain't. I'll force you here again. So for all y'all out there, they ain't getting no contract. Follow it or don't follow it. Dak ain't signing Jack until next year. You
Well,
heard it live.
listen. I'm gonna say this. They're not going to sign him this year, I don't think either. Which Jerry said he's not. He's not because Jerry's usually a man
Nope.
of his word. I'm not going to argue that point. But that just leaves a big contract on the table for whomever next season. Because if that goes out, which I will never speak the words, and they do something further on than they're supposed to do, I'm not going to say the words because I don't want it to happen. Then imagine him in the position he would be in with that team if they do that thing.
He's in a good position. My thing is this is my prayer. I'm hoping it backfires on him. Because you know what? He has free agency. He can test the waters. That he thinks he wants to be there. But what if somebody offers him a lot more than what Jerry even wanted to pay? Now Jerry done backfired on your ass. Now you ain't got no quarterback because
Mm-hmm.
honestly, he's treated Dak so bad. I think Dak will leave. You give Dak 5 million more. I guarantee you Dak will leave. They have treated him like trash here. Trash. And he would be smart to leave. And that ain't got nothing to do with hating the Cowboys. But I do think it could backfire him. I do think I hate the Cowboys, but Dak is a good quarterback and he can get paid plus some. I think he knows his worth and add tax. I don't think he's going to sit here and be a dummy. I think most people are betting on him being a Cowboy, but I promise you, I really think that man just had a kid. He looking about his family. Life is totally different now. Last year it was different asking for money. He gave birth to a daughter. Okay, he's thinking about generational money. He's thinking totally different. You think about his family and how he lost his mom. All that kind of stuff. I think he thinks of money and generational wealth a little bit different, and he ain't about to play this game with Jerry. He had a different stage in life. I personally think that. So I think it's gonna backfire. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I'm 90%. I'm gonna say 70. That won't be a Cowboy.
All I'm
2025.
gonna say is this: I want to be his agent. I just want to be his agent because all I'm going to do is sit back. If I don't sign with Jerry for say 60 million, I'm going to sign somewhere for 60 to 65 million, regardless. All I gotta do is get through this season, however I do it, and I can see him in a Raiders uniform next season because they need a quarterback. You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to
And
tell you,
I
there's
mean, he may
money
not want
out
to.
here, and he wants a Super Bowl.
He may.
And if he believes and if he knows, they're not gonna do it because of Jerry. He could win a Super Bowl somewhere else. I said it. I did. He could win
The
one
Giants
somewhere
going to need a
else.
quarterback. The Raiders going to need a quarterback.
That's all I'm saying.
Imagine him signing with somebody in the same division. Imagine he signed with the Giants in that same division. He got to play Dallas twice a year.
I
Now
hope
that
it
would be
works that way.
greatness for us.
I pray it works out that way because I would love for it to slap Jerry in the face. And Dak is a good quarterback, and he's playing him to the left. That's all. Go on about your day.
We'll see. Listen, you getting 50 million this year right now. Play your season and stay healthy. Thumbs up. I want you to stay healthy as you can be, and we'll see. And we don't have to talk about this and get into the end of
Oh
the year
yeah,
until
yeah.
next
I
season.
don't even want
We're
to.
done.
We
We're
need to
done.
go. We
We're finished
done.
with
Thank you. See, they ain't listen. All right, off to the next old dummy. I think you text me. You was a little upset. You a little upset about this one. Y'all listen. So I get this message. He was like, "Yo, boy, this is the reason he ain't blah blah." He was so mad because IU clearly, my Denver Broncos clearly refused a deal that the 49ers wanted to get. I don't know, our third pick. I don't know, some pick. Whatever the deal was basically trading for them, and Ayuk would have went to the Steelers. And they wanted Sutton. That's what it was. They wanted Sutton. That was not gonna happen. And so the Broncos didn't do it. So of course Ayuk couldn't go to the Steelers, which Torrence is mad about. Yeah, he's upset. But after all of that mayhem, they went on ahead and signed him, so he ain't coming. You can let it go now. He's signed. He's signed, sealed, and delivered. So sorry, you gotta find you another wide receiver somewhere else. What you got?
Listen, I'm mad. Me tell you the reason I'm mad. Because
Oh
this could have
boy.
been solved 2 months ago, a month ago. We wouldn't have to have this conversation. I mean, it's simple as this. We talked about Brandon Ayuk in different forms. Oh, he wants to get traded. Oh, he's already almost traded. Oh, no, they're going to re-sign him. And then we come to find out the trade was done, except we added a third team, and that third team happened to be my co-host's favorite team. So that means I got to talk to her, and so I had to send that message to her and say, listen, all this talking basically we didn't have to talk about it if y'all would have just traded y'all Cortland said who y'all didn't even who wants a new contract at the end of this year
And
too
you get
because
it.
he
Don't
was his
do me
last
trying to
year.
steal our people. What?
Hold,
This is
hold
like, yeah,
on,
you ain't getting nobody because you're dirty.
hold, hold on,
Go
hold
ahead.
on. He wanted to because secrets. Another secret is we tried to talk to him too and see if they wanted to trade straight up too. They didn't. So we got that third team in there. And Sutton wasn't happy, and they were thinking about it, and then they said, "Nah, we're going to keep him." And then San Francisco said, "You know what? We're just going to finally give this dude the money we should have given to him in the first place."
Thank you. Y'all
So
went
that could
through
have
all
saved us
that.
weeks. It could have saved us weeks of conversation. I just signed him to do and giving him the money he wanted. That's another $30 million wide receiver in this league.
Sorry.
Again, on the great side is
Sorry.
Sutton kept her receiver. Congratulations, Broncos. San Francisco signed a $30 million receiver. That means they have no money to sign their quarterback next year because they got 6 players making at least $30 million. So that means San Francisco's going to have to trade some of these people. So the NFC, thank you because y'all San Francisco's going to move out the way. And to Pittsburgh, I'm glad we held our standards and not give up our whole system for one receiver that we do not know is going to make a difference for us. So if we don't have
You
him,
sound
that's
hurt.
fine. I'm a little upset about that.
You sound
You know what I'm
hurt.
saying? I don't mind being hurt. I've been hurt before. No, go boy, I've been hurt before. It'll be all right, but keep your eye on it. We're going to be okay because we're always okay because we got Tomlin. Remember that we're always okay over there. Remember that.
Okay, okay.
So
And
thank
that's
you,
the
IU.
key.
Congratulations. Get your money.
Yes, he got his money. He got paid. And the biggest thing, since you're talking about them 49ers, is they got a problem over there, too.
That's
They got a bad problem.
major issues.
They got a bad problem over
You
there,
got
too. Mr. Trent Williams.
you got,
He done said,
Trent Williams still sitting
he
there.
is not, I don't think he's not playing next week. They got a
No.
couple more days to sign this, and this is, of course, everybody cried louder than him, so that's why we were looking him over. But coming to our attention, Trent Williams has been sitting out as well. He said he's not playing. He wants to get paid. He deserves it, but the 49ers are already looking at like a $38 million cap, already for next year. So they got to pay Purdy. Man, look, I don't know what he's gonna do, but I tell you what, he better get on that field, or nothing's gonna matter. That is a very, very, very important person, which we'll go into next, and about our top players in the NFL. But what you think? You think they should want
Why?
to get this done?
Why would he? Why would he have to? He can sit back and relax because he is the most important
Oh my
player
God!
on that team.
Yes.
On that team, you can have all the wide receivers and the quarterbacks and tight ends you want, but if that boy can't throw, ain't gonna have 2 seconds to throw the ball. He ain't gonna get it to any of those
So
people you paying
do you
30
think they're
plus
gonna
million
pay
dollars.
him? How they gonna pay him?
Yes,
I mean,
yes,
I'm just saying,
they're gonna
but
pay it.
before next week.
I don't know if it's before next week, but before week 3 or 4, if it goes this long, he will get his money and he will be playing. Because if you don't have Trent Williams, nobody's scared of you. Who is scared of you if you don't have Trent Williams? Nobody. So
Boy,
you better bring that person back in, pay him that money, and then worry about what happens next year. Next year, that's all you're
that
gonna do.
I just hate for them not to have them next week because then they're gonna lose. Well, not next week. I'm sorry. Whenever they do play, I'm thinking about the Chiefs. But they better get them paid because you don't want to start out with losing record because
Well,
of
Jet,
this dude.
when Jet fans don't want him to pay him, listen, they want to go through week 1 or whatever.
Right.
Listen, let's go ahead and get in and get out, and don't worry about it. But he will get his money.
He's gonna get it,
Yeah.
but we hadn't been. It was just that we hadn't been paying him attention, and he's actually way more important right now to get that contract done. I truly believe, and I really hope they get it done. I mean, do it or don't. That's all I got. Do it or don't. But we're gonna move right on along because the NFL I saw they came out with their top 10 players. They came out with their top 10 players for the 24-25 season, and it was voted on by the players. That was kind of what got me, which made me intrigued because everybody got their own opinion. But they
Right.
they voted amongst themselves. It was a top 100, but we're just gonna go into uh, the top 10. I thought it was interesting. I don't think so much, but it was a little interesting. Tyreek Hill. How do you feel about that number one spot? Number one spot. He's a number one, and now this is how this appears. Or should we go in reverse? Should I save him for last? Like everybody else is, we got. Let's do that because I saw your mind thinking, and I want you to get all
Mm-hmm.
that together before you say nothing
Mm-hmm.
crazy. So we're gonna go to the
Mm-hmm.
important parts that most people who watch football, if they know and love football, they know they're important. And the most important. Let's see, Max Crosby. You know what I mean? He's voted up there. He's number 10, coming in at number 10.
Okay.
Travis Kelsey. I was shocked to see him a little low. It was number 9. I really was. I was a little shocked, but I ain't like a fan to that nature to care. Hey, brother James, what's up? Thank you for joining. But now I really don't care about Travis, but he's number 9. And then TJ
Okay.
Watts, your boy,
All
clears
right, we'll talk
throat.
about that. Yeah.
Clears throat. And then, of course, we're going to come on in with Trent Williams, who we just talked about. Number
Okay.
7 top, and y'all ain't going to pay him. Be stupid. That's just stupid. But and then number 6, we got Chris Jones over at the Chiefs, defensive end. And then
Right.
we got, of course, Myles Garrett. I mean, come on. So, well, who would you replace him with? Who would you replace him?
The dude at number 8.
Yeah. Okay, you just flip flopping. Okay, I got it. I can
Okay.
respect that. I can respect because he's
Okay.
about.
All
Isn't
right.
TJ about to break a record this year by Woodson? Something
He,
that's a record. Yeah.
he's the most touchdowns in the first several years of his first 7 8 years of his career.
Yes.
There's a lot of records, and like I said, there's a lot of me things saying about that. I love Miles Garrett, and I believe he's a beast. I do. But if you stack what's going on in just the last couple of years, there's no way in the world Miles Garrett is ranked higher than. But
No,
these are the
no.
players. I don't play. I have a favoritism thing. So these are players, and they say Garrett is number 4. Garrett is number 4. I'm gonna leave it there and
Hell no,
we're
this
gonna
our
stick to that
take.
and
You
move on.
said he wasn't supposed to be number 4. He ain't number 4. No, I'm joking.
You
This
know what
our
I'm saying?
take.
Listen,
This
I don't
what
want
we
to run
feel
into
like.
that dude. That dude is a big dude.
You
That's a
ain't
big
gonna run.
dude. I want to
You
run in
ain't
the
gonna
streets
run
of
into
Texas. You know what I'm saying?
him. You know they always here. They love some Dallas for I tell you. But anywho,
Exactly.
Miles
But go
Garrett,
ahead.
we'll leave him at number 5. And let's see, of course, Patrick Mahomes. This is where I start to get a little iffy. But it's their take, whatever they feel like. So we got Patrick at number 4, Christian McCaffrey, number 3, Lamar. I know you got a problem with that too. And then you got, you know, Speedy Gonzalez, um, Nick Cannon, little brother, big brother, pumping up the world. Woo, the Lord said, be plentiful and fruitful. Okay. What you say? I mean, I do like Tariq Hill. I'm not taking nothing from him, but I don't see him as a number 1 player. I don't care if they did vote on it. But maybe they. I don't know who voted. I want to see the count.
They got NFL
Was it
players
the
to vote and
training
send it to it.
team?
The NFL Network.
It was a
I,
training. It was the
listen,
practice squad that voted. it was a practice vote.
listen.
It
I'm
was a
not.
practice squad.
Maybe it's the NFL players' wives. I don't know. I don't know who it
I don't
was.
know.
I don't ask no questions.
Oh,
So, but that top 10 is tough, and most of those people deserve
yeah,
where
they
they
do.
are. Now, I don't know. The question is, do you put a wide receiver over the quarterback? But Mahomes can't be number 1 with every year. I mean, seriously,
Why can't he?
did
If
he
he
really have a?
producing the numbers, then why not? And I'm not a fan
But
like
did he?
that.
Did he produce the numbers he usually produced, or did he just win a Super Bowl last year? See, with the numbers he provided, there could be the difference in that. Now, Tyreek Hill, it's going to be going back to our battle between quarterback and wide receiver, but Sanders and Hunter. Okay, how you
Mhm.
got all of that? Because somebody threw you open and that's the only way you're going to be able to do this as a wide receiver. You're depending on other people. As a quarterback, you're controlling the environment. But
That's true.
I don't see a problem with him being in the top 3 or 4, but I don't know if he's the number 1 player. And then you also
Uh,
mentioned that number 2. I have no problem with number 2. Number 2, that second Jackson.
well, I
Come on,
mean, you
man.
done
He
threw him
is
out
a
there. He winning
performer.
the
He
Super
does.
Bowl, so I just wanted to make sure. That's all.
He does his thing. He plays on the field, and I like him. Me tell you why I like him, because he's one in
Why do
seven
you
against the
like
Steelers the last 8 games. He's one in
So long as
seven
he,
against my
so
Steelers
long,
the last.
so as long as he loses Steelers, he can beat everybody else. They don't care. It's just everybody
He
but
can
us.
beat
All right.
everybody else. So I'm a fan of his. So that that rating is those are 10 solid players. And like I said, my Watt Garrett thing may be a flipping, but everybody else sits where they're supposed to sit,
Yeah,
and
I can
one
see
is
that.
questionable. But
I'm
I
good
don't know
with it.
how much time he has time to
Mm.
practice with all the things he's doing in the off season off the field.
Leave this man alone
More
because he
power
got
to him.
10 kids. Why? Why? Why?
I,
Why do you have a problem with him
I
having
don't
10
I don't
kids?
mind the 10 kids. I mind the 9 baby mamas. Can you find 1 or 2 and stick to a plan? I mean, that's what it is. I'm just joking. I listen. I ain't gonna take away from nobody who's doing their thing and whoever doing it with them
I like
accepting it. That's not
exactly.
on
All I
me.
can say as long as you can pay for him,
As long
baby.
as long as you can pay for them.
Man, listen,
Exactly.
that dude, but he ain't even that.
So
Anyway,
congratulations, Tyreek,
yeah,
and I want you to
congrats,
do it again.
congrats. That hurt Torrence heart to even do that. But let's say let's move right along. We're gonna move right on into what y'all are waiting for. Is this game, the game of the century? Which I told him he was, tired of seeing um this. He was tired of seeing this matchup. So you ain't watching it? You ain't watching. You better not watch
It's
as much you
football.
complain about it. I'm just saying you
It's
complain.
football. It's football. I will watch football.
All right,
That's what it is.
who
It's
do you
not
think
like
if this is game one? Who you give it to? Who you give it to?
in Baltimore. I'm going to pull for
It
the
ain't cold.
Ravens. It cold in Kansas City too. It don't
I
that
know,
don't
I'm
matter
just
though.
saying it ain't cold.
But I'm going with Baltimore to
Mm-hmm.
win this game
Okay.
because they're home, first game of the season, the energy, and I do remember hearing that one of the receivers are out for Kansas City, but I know how that doesn't really matter to him. But I think Marquise Brown is out for the first game,
Oh yeah, he is out for the
and
first game. He is. I did see that. What happened? I don't even know why, but I know he's out first game, which is going to
so
hinder them a lot.
so I'm of course. Well, they did no, they did sign Juju again, so
Mhm.
I'm just gonna say, they got somebody who's played for him and knows the offense. He may not be able to break it down the field, but he can know the offense. So.
But they got
But
Mahomes.
Baltimore, from my pick, they
Mm.
got Mahomes. That's all that matters. That is it.
I'm gonna hope
What
that
about you? What's your opinion on it?
I hope Baltimore wins, but I just think Chiefs are gonna win. Mahomes and Kelsey are gonna bring something out of their asses and win it on there. It'll be something, whether we thought they was gonna win the whole fourth quarter down to the last 30 seconds. So I don't see the Ravens have to improve this season. I don't think week one will get. They have the team to beat the Chiefs week one. I think later in the season, playoff time, that type thing, yes. Can the Ravens beat the Chiefs then? Yes. But I think they have to progress throughout the season. Now, I'm not saying they won't win, but that's just my take of it. I think they got to progress. I think they are going to lose the game. But I think later in the season, they will be the team they need to be to beat them later. But not next week.
Well,
Not next week.
I hope neither one. I hope neither one play each other again at the end of the season. I hope both of them are gone so they don't ever play again. So that's the only time y'all get to see these two teams play. They're not the
That's
same
not
division, so they
happening.
don't play again. So this is
That
it for
ain't
them.
happening. No, they're
This
going
is
to play
their
again.
Super Bowl. I don't know. I'm just
Okay.
telling you right. Well, no, because Baltimore got to play Detroit. That was my prediction. So Baltimore got to
Exactly.
make it
So
to the
which
Super Bowl to
one's it
play
gonna
Detroit.
be?
So
This dude.
they got to
He
play
got he
Kansas
got
City no
issues,
more.
y'all. He got issues.
Kansas City can lose to Cincinnati, so they can get them out of there early in the playoffs. So either way, it doesn't matter.
We're gonna see, but
And
I
I
tell
do
you
have
what,
issues, thanks.
all I can say is the clock starts next week, and we're gonna
True
see how
indeed.
this go.
True indeed.
We're gonna see how this
True
go.
indeed.
We got our bets down. You can't take nothing away. You said Julio. Don't change it up because something happened on the Ravens team. Someone get hurt. Anything. I don't want to hear it. I want no excuses. You ride or die. You start out how you gonna hold out. Period. Care who get injured. Don't
You
play
you
that.
see any fear in my face? If they do get injured and my Steelers are in, I'm more happy than that. I don't care
That's
about
all
that.
I'm
So we
saying.
good.
Y'all heard it. All right.
You heard it right here.
You heard it. You heard it. But we're gonna ride right on along. I know you guys been rocking with us for almost an hour. So we're gonna get into our small business break. Our small business break, just to jump into it. Going back just a little bit, back when you was talking about North Dakota State, I do remember them flooding Frisco for God's sake. They play up here at the Frisco thing, whatever, that football, whatever. I've never been
Toyota
to a
Stadium,
game. Yeah,
yes.
Toyota Stadium, that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is. But the person that I'm about to highlight, I remember them being their colors. I think he's from Colorado area, that type thing. And he loves South Dakota State. He owns a restaurant here. My small business break is his name is Scott Hoffman. He's chef and owner. Let me get my life together. Dee Dee's downtown. So Dee Dee's downtown. Dee Dee's downtown. If you haven't eaten there, you are crazy. You need to get there. Dee Dee's. I partner with them. I've done a lot of things with him. Him and him, we work together on some different strawberries for his Valentine's Day dinners, things of that nature. But he's a really cool chef and owner and operator of Dee Dee's downtown. It is an American cuisine. Each week he gives his menu of what he's gonna have each week. Live entertainment. Oh, he's the coolest dude ever. I promise you guys. I'm highly entertained there. It's laid back. They have outside covered seating. live music. Like I said, every week it is a different variety of foods. He does have a menu, just the foods that's always there. But each week he has something different, different fish thrown in, this, and that. He corresponds with you guys. Make sure, see if you want something new. Scott is awesome. Dee Dee's downtown. If you have not been on Main Street in Frisco, I know you have. Come on down. Go check him out. It's like a little house type thing. You've been down over there, right? Over there.
Oh, I
It's
have.
just a street of
Yes.
food, y'all. It's just a street of food. Toyota Stadium is there, so you have a lot of soccer games, football games,
Mm-hmm.
fireworks, things, Fourth of July. It's just a happening place, I guess you would say, in Frisco, Texas. So a lot of people come north, go up there, and it's just known to stop and eat and walk and eat. And he has one of the best dine-in experiences. The food is awesome. The staff is great. I've even dropped my wallet there and they brought it to me. Okay, so ain't no thieves in there
Mm,
either. The hostesses are
mm,
not
mm, mm.
thieves. I can even validate that myself, and she could have jacked me. So, so things like that you appreciate. She hugged me
Yeah, you
down,
do.
ma'am. Didn't care. So definitely want to give them a shout out. You guys support your small businesses, local businesses. Dee Dee's downtown Frisco. You guys go check him out. Scott Hoffman, tell him Farrah Derr sent you. Promise you that he'll take care of you. All
Will do.
right.
Will do.
All righty. So it is the end of our hour, and you guys know how we like to do it. We always got to have a little news you can't use. Torrence did this week. I didn't even see this, and I'm honestly absolutely sick of these people. But we have to talk about them because they are definitely news we can't freaking use. I'm sick of them. The other week we talked about Blake. What's his name? Griffin. He got fired from ESPN. And I don't think this per se has anything to
Yes.
do with that. It does not. I don't think it has anything to do with that. But these dang them Kelsey boys, man.
Well,
Listen, I'm all
let
over it.
let me
I'm
let,
over it.
let me start because you look like
I'm over.
you
I'm
look
over.
upset about it.
I'm upset. I am
The,
because I'm still mad
the,
that Griffin got fired over the dumb boy. I'm still upset about it. So to get this news, I was upset. So go ahead, you take it on.
well, I looked at this earlier today or a couple of days ago and I saw it and I'm like, all right, this is news that doesn't really matter, but it matters to us in a reason and a point, and it's the reason why I sent it to you. Well, the Kelsey brothers signed a new $100 million podcast deal with Amazon. Uh, do they really need the money? What they need?
I want
What
to
they
give
need
them.
the money for?
Ow! They made me sick. Oh, they made me sick. That's all I gotta say. I'm just okay. Go ahead.
but but the reason this news that I want to use is because fair. This is where we trying to go. I want Amazon to call us, so we
I
can
like
see
the
we can
girl.
dream that
Please,
is
please.
that is out there. It is out there for us. And now, I'm not going to date Taylor Swift. Now, it's not going.
But that's how they
If y'all
got
find
this.
somebody that I gotta say, you find somebody that I gotta go date, you let me know. My wife may be mad, but let me know because if we forget $100 million, I think she'll forgive that. So the reason why I said this is because it's possible. It is out there. I don't think they do anything special. I listen to the podcast. It's just two dudes who used to play football. That's all. Well, one
That's
used
it.
to, and one does.
One still does. So
And they talk, and they can talk, and people listen because one dating somebody, the most famous pop star in the world, and the other one
I'm over it.
that's Monday Night Football. So that's it. So I I put that out there because for everybody who listens to us and who's going to look at the podcast today or look at it when they get a chance, we want to know what can we do to get to the $100 million too. We want
Okay.
to know, and
Okay. What I gotta
that's
do?
what our job is.
What I gotta do? What I gotta do? I
So
mean, I ain't
that's
think
why I
no
sent it to you.
Swifty either. But yeah, that's definitely some news we can't use. But I'm just sick of them. So that's my whole point behind it. But news you can't lose. The old Kelsey brothers find you a Swifty, and you might can get ahead in life. That's all I got. But
Is Janet single? Somebody maybe Janet single?
yeah,
Somebody
chill.
and all that or something.
Yeah, even them old ones. You my little Kim. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
So,
I'm gonna leave.
somebody I can just bring them on.
50 and over, they
Let's
got.
run the
I'm gonna
shot.
keep. I'm gonna leave them there. I'm gonna leave them there. But when you gonna find you a Swifty man, you gonna make these millions. We gotta see.
What about a Megan Thee Stallion or somebody? You think that'll bring the crowd in or something?
Man,
No, that's still a no for
no,
me.
she can't even get. She can't even get a concert venue at the American Airlines. She gotta go to the House of
Yes,
Blues.
no.
That's all I'm
But we're
saying.
gonna have to figure out a way to. We're gonna figure out a way to get to that money. People gonna listen to our podcast, and we're gonna figure out a way to get to that money too.
We're gonna
Amazon
find a
gonna
way.
call us one day.
Right? Y'all
I'm
go
speaking
ahead.
it in existence.
Y'all like, share, and all that stuff so we can make our million. I got you. I got a cut
Exactly.
for you. But anyway, thank you guys for staying on with us and joining us for another week of Our Take. It was so much fun. Make sure you guys go out and watch this college football. I don't know what the score is. Is Georgia winning? I'm sure they are.
Nothing Georgia.
Who
3-0
knows?
Georgia.
No, okay, 3-0. Oh, that's boring. Damn. Okay.
It is what it is so far.
Right, that part. So y'all make sure y'all go out and support HBCU next tomorrow. Tomorrow, ESPN Central Alabama and Alabama State. And we'll catch those Chiefs next week and see how that go, and we'll chop it up after that.
And everybody who's out there listening, we appreciate you. We do. You taking your time to listen to us, and we definitely appreciate you doing that. So
Thank you,
thank you.
thank you, thank you, thank you. And I also just want to throw this out here. Go vote. Vote.com. If you have not registered, vote.com. All I'm going to put is hashtag Project 20. Look, vote. I don't care which way you vote. I really don't. But I just want everyone to go out and vote. I don't care what party you are. I don't care. It's important. Everyone has the right. Take advantage of it. Vote.com. Go and register. I'm just joking. Just vote. As I don't care who you vote for. Vote. On that note, until next week, I definitely want to say thank you guys again as well. So, till next week, 10-4.